The arena was enormous. Towers of shimmering metal stretched into the sky, and the air vibrated with energy. Thousands of spectators from every corner of the galaxy floated above the arena in hovering seats, watching eagerly as the competitors prepared. This was the Grand Galactic Tournament, the most prestigious competition in the known universe. It was not just about strength. It was about skill, strategy, and survival. Earth had never participated before. Humans were seen as primitive, fragile creatures, barely a match for the towering, genetically enhanced aliens who dominated the galaxy. When the Earth delegation's small transport ship entered the arena, whispers and laughter spread like wildfire. "Look at them," said a four-armed insectoid warrior, his eyes glowing violet. "They call this species soldiers?" "Pathetic." The humans stepped out cautiously. They wore lightweight armor, flexible and practical, not flashy. Their weapons were simple, swords, bows, and a few energy pistols, but sturdy and well-crafted. Standing slightly behind the group was a figure that drew little attention. Clad in black from head to toe, his movements almost invisible, the human ninja carried no obvious weapon. Yet there was something about his calm posture, the stillness in his stance that made some spectators pause. The announcer, a floating holographic being with 1,000 eyes, boomed across the arena. "Competitors from all corners of the galaxy, prepare for the first round," representing Earth. "The smallest and newest combatant in our history." The crowd erupted in laughter. Aliens stomped their massive feet, sending vibrations through the arena. "Small, weak, and fragile," one giant reptilian fighter hissed. "They won't last a minute." The humans kept their heads high. They had heard such mockery before. They had trained for this, though nobody truly understood what humans were capable of. Most of the species in the arena underestimated Earth. That would soon change. The first round began with a roar as the force field enclosing the arena humbly activated. Competitors stepped into the open ground, a vast expanse of shifting platforms, walls, and obstacles designed to challenge agility, strength, and intelligence. Aliens immediately showcased their abilities. A warrior from Andromeda split into 4 identical forms, moving with blinding speed. A creature from the Orion cluster launched energy spears from multiple arms, targeting everyone simultaneously. Humans moved cautiously. Their small size made them harder to hit, but brute strength could easily overwhelm them if they were careless. The team's leader, Captain Harris, gave a quiet nod to the ninja. "Stay sharp, watch, and follow my lead when needed." The ninja simply bowed slightly, his black-clad form blending with shadows around the edges of the arena. He didn't speak. He didn't need to. The first clash erupted. Aliens charged, swinging massive weapons and firing beams. Humans dodged, rolled, and ducked. Sparks flew as a human sword deflected an energy spear, and arrows whistled past alien heads. It was chaotic, and the humans were clearly struggling. "See? Fragile little things," shouted a four-armed alien, striking another human across the chest with a blow that would have crushed any other species. The human hit the ground hard but rolled away just in time, using the momentum to get back on his feet. In the shadows, the ninja moved differently. He didn't attack immediately. He observed. His eyes tracked the movements of the strongest aliens, noting patterns, timing, and weaknesses. A giant reptilian warrior lifted a boulder, preparing to hurl it at the humans, unaware that the ninja was silently climbing the arena wall above him. With a swift, precise jump, the ninja landed behind the warrior and lightly tapped the stone. A mechanism built into the arena caused the boulder to swing sideways, striking another alien and leaving both surprised. The crowd gasped. "What just happened?" murmured a spectator from the Andromeda cluster. The humans noticed the ninja only when the effect of his actions became clear. Captain Harris's eyes widened. "He's using the environment. He's turning their strength against them." Meanwhile, the aliens were frustrated. Their technology and strength gave them an advantage in brute force, but this human ninja was unpredictable. Unlike anything they had faced before, he moved silently, struck strategically, and vanished into shadows. No alien could predict his next move. Amid the chaos, humans began to adapt. Inspired by the ninja's tactics, they dodged more efficiently, set traps, and worked as a team. It wasn't enough to win yet, but for the first time the aliens were no longer laughing outright. There was respect, or at least confusion, in their expressions. The announcer's voice echoed again. "Humans showing unusual skill for their size. Can they survive the first round?" Time passed quickly. Each wave of alien attacks seemed more dangerous than the last. The humans fought with determination, using speed, agility, and clever tactics. And always the ninja was there, sometimes visible, sometimes a whisper in the shadows, turning the tide at critical moments. At one point, a massive alien with 6 arms and golden armor cornered Captain Harris. The human's sword barely blocked a downward swing, sparks flying from the impact. The human staggered, but a soft whistle cut through the air. A rope shot out from above, wrapping around the alien's legs. The ninja, almost invisible, tugged, sending the alien crashing into a wall. Harris regained his footing, astonished. The spectators were on the edge of their seats. This was unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Humans, small and underestimated, were surviving, barely, but surviving with skill and strategy. As the round neared its end, the humans regrouped in a corner of the arena. They were bruised, exhausted, and battered, yet their eyes shone with determination. The ninja stepped forward briefly, bowing slightly to his teammates as if acknowledging their courage. Then he melted back into the shadows. The final moments of the round arrived. Aliens lunged, fired, and struck. Humans dodged, blocked, and countered. In the last second, a human managed to push a heavy barrier in front of a charging alien, blocking the attack. Another human slashed through a net trap, freeing a teammate. And above them all, the ninja leaped, flipping in the air to redirect a dangerous energy blade into the ground, leaving the alien stunned. The arena went silent for a heartbeat, and then erupted in cheers. Not laughter this time, but excitement, awe, and astonishment. Humans, small and underestimated, had survived the first round against the galaxy's elite. The announcer boomed one last time. Unbelievable. Earth's competitors have survived. And who is this mysterious ninja leading them? The galaxy is witnessing a new form of skill, the aliens grumbled. Some were shocked, some annoyed. No one had expected the humans to last this long. And yet, they did more than survive. They adapted, learned, and even gained an edge in certain moments. Captain Harris looked at his team. "We did well," he said, panting. "But this is just the beginning. They think we're weak. They think we're small. But we're just getting started." And in the shadows, the ninja's eyes glimmered, calm and unreadable. He had observed, waited, and struck when the moment was right. The galaxy had mocked Earth's skills, but that mockery was about to end. The first part of the tournament was over. But everyone, humans and aliens alike, knew one thing. Earth was not to be underestimated. The humans had survived the first round, but the arena now shifted into an even more dangerous phase. Platforms rose and fell, walls moved, and energy barriers appeared without warning. Aliens from across the galaxy prepared for the next challenge, their expressions showing confidence and barely concealed annoyance. To them, Earth had merely survived by luck. "Don't underestimate them," the ninja whispered quietly to Captain Harris, his voice calm but firm. Harris was surprised. He had not known the ninja spoke, but the words carried weight. "Watch their movements. Look for patterns. That is how we survive." The humans nodded, catching their breath. Their small size and agility had helped them before, but now the arena was designed to favor the strongest and most advanced fighters. A horn sounded, loud and deep. The second round began. Immediately, alien warriors charged, their moves faster, more precise, and more lethal than before. A pair of serpentine aliens slithered along the arena walls, launching glowing spears at anyone who moved. A massive bird-like warrior swooped from above, wings creating gusts of wind strong enough to knock humans off balance. The humans scattered, dodging and rolling, trying to avoid being caught. It seemed impossible. The aliens laughed, their voices echoing through the arena. "Humans, you cannot survive this. You are too weak, too small." Yet even as the aliens attacked, the ninja remained calm. He moved like a shadow, unseen, predicting the attacks before they happened. He darted between platforms, flipping over lasers, redirecting projectiles, and occasionally striking at key targets. His movements were precise, almost impossible to follow. "Follow him," Harris shouted. "We need to move together. Watch his timing." The humans did their best to imitate his actions. They learned quickly, adjusting to alien strategies. A human soldier ducked just as a glowing spear passed above his head, while another rolled under a bird-like warrior's swooping wing. With each move, the humans gained small advantages. Just enough to survive, just enough to keep the aliens guessing. One alien, a giant with 6 arms and glowing armor, cornered a human against a wall. The human froze for a second, his back pressed against the cold metal. The alien swung a massive blade down, expecting an easy victory. Then a shadow flickered. The ninja leaped from above, striking the alien's leg with a quick kick, causing the creature to stumble. The human seized the moment to roll away, escaping unharmed. "Did you see that?" Another human whispered, eyes wide. He's like a ghost." Meanwhile, the spectators began to notice something remarkable. The humans, small and underestimated, were not only surviving, they were learning. They adapted quickly, observing the aliens' attacks and responding in ways no one expected. The ninja had become more than a fighter. He had become a teacher, guiding humans without saying much. An alien general, a towering figure with 4 glowing eyes, growled in frustration. "This is impossible. How can such weak creatures survive? How can one human control the others?" The arena shifted again, platforms rising and falling faster, energy walls closing in. It was designed to push the competitors to their limits, and most species would have failed under the pressure. But humans had something the aliens did not expect: ingenuity. Using ropes, small gadgets, and their environment, the humans began creating traps. A falling platform knocked over 2 alien soldiers. A cleverly angled energy barrier redirected an enemy's laser, sending it back toward them. And always, the ninja moved silently, teaching with action, never speaking unless necessary. At one point, a large serpentine alien launched a series of glowing spears at 3 humans in the center of a platform. The humans scrambled, trying to dodge, but the ninja silently leaped into the air. He struck one spear with a swift hand motion, causing it to change direction and hit the alien's own side. The crowd gasped, cheering in amazement. Captain Harris's team began to realize the truth. Raw strength alone would not win in this arena. Speed, intelligence, strategy, and teamwork mattered just as much, if not more. The ninja had shown them the way, and now humans could compete in ways the aliens never anticipated. The aliens began to change tactics. They coordinated, using more complex attacks, firing beams and energy blasts from multiple angles at once. But the humans adapted again. They used mirrors to reflect energy beams, launched nets to slow down fast enemies, and worked together to flank stronger opponents. The ninja moved like a shadow, striking only when necessary. Sometimes he would touch a control panel on the arena floor, causing walls to shift or platforms to collapse at precisely the right moment. Aliens fell into traps they could not anticipate. One particularly strong alien, covered in golden armor, challenged the ninja directly. "Human, show me your strength. I will destroy you," he shouted, swinging a massive club. The ninja didn't respond with words, he moved. Faster than the eye could follow, he dodged the attack, countered, and landed a strike on the alien's knee. The alien stumbled, momentarily confused. Then the ninja vanished, leaving the golden warrior searching for him in vain. The humans around him gained confidence. "If he can do that," one soldier whispered, "we can survive anything." Time seemed to stretch. The round dragged on with relentless attacks and near misses. Humans were bruised, scratched, and exhausted, but they moved with determination. Every obstacle became an opportunity to learn and adapt. Finally, the horn sounded, signaling the end of the second round. The humans had survived once again. They were battered and bleeding, but they were alive. And not just alive. They had made the aliens pause, hesitate, and even fear. The announcer's voice boomed through the arena. "Incredible. Earth's humans have survived round 2. The galaxy watches in awe as these underestimated competitors defy expectations." The aliens muttered among themselves, their confidence shaken. They had faced strong opponents before, but humans were different. Not because they were strong, but because they were clever, adaptable, and fearless. Captain Harris gathered his team. "We did it, but this is only the beginning. They think we are weak. Let's show them we are more than that." The ninja appeared beside him, silent, calm, and unreadable. His eyes scanned the arena, calculating, observing. He had seen everything. He knew what was coming next. For the first time, the humans began to understand something important. Victory in this arena was not about strength. It was about skill, patience, and intelligence. And in those qualities, humans were unmatched. As the humans left the arena for a short rest, the alien spectators could not stop talking. "How did they survive?" asked one. "They are small, weak, and fragile." "Perhaps strength is not all that matters," another replied. "Perhaps we have underestimated them." The ninja watched quietly, his presence calm but commanding. He had led humans through the first real test. The galaxy had mocked Earth's skills, but the humans were learning, adapting, and showing that they were far more dangerous than anyone expected. The next round would be even harder. The arena would test every limit. Aliens would bring their strongest, fastest, and most cunning fighters. But the humans had a secret weapon. A ninja who taught without speaking, struck without warning, and thought 10 steps ahead. The humans had survived. The galaxy had noticed, and the legend of Earth's ninja was just beginning. After surviving the first 2 rounds of the Galactic tournament, the human team returned to their quarters, exhausted but determined. Bruises and scratches marked their bodies, and their armor bore scorch marks from alien energy weapons. Yet a sense of pride and confidence filled the room. They had survived what no one thought possible. Captain Harris gathered his team in a quiet corner. "We've proven something," he said. "The galaxy underestimated us and we survived. But the next round will be harder. These aliens will bring their best. They will fight differently now. They'll expect us to fail." The humans nodded, knowing he was right. They were underdogs, small and lightly armed. Yet something about their recent victories gave them courage. And then there was the ninja. He remained in the shadows, silent as ever, yet his presence was commanding. The team had begun to notice subtle things. How he moved, how he watched, and how he acted in moments of crisis. Unlike anyone else, he seemed to anticipate what the aliens would do before they even acted. Later that evening, the team gathered around the ninja near a small holographic table displaying the arena. Captain Harris asked the question that everyone was thinking. "Who are you? Where did you come from?" The ninja spoke softly for the first time. "I am called Ryu. I have trained in human combat techniques for decades, not with weapons of power, but with skill, patience, and strategy. That is what allows humans to survive against those stronger than themselves." The team listened in awe. Ryu's calm explanation made sense. He had not relied on strength. He had relied on intelligence, speed, and observation. He had turned the arena into a place where humans could use their greatest advantage: creativity and adaptability. He continued, "Every alien has patterns. Every weapon has a limit. Every attack can be predicted if you observe carefully. Strength can be overwhelming, but strategy wins battles." A young recruit named Jaden raised his hand. "But Ryu, how did you survive when the golden alien attacked you? He was huge and fast." Ryu's eyes, dark and steady, met Jaden's. "I did not fight him with strength. I used his expectations against him. He believed he was unstoppable. I used timing, distance, and environment. I became invisible when necessary. I struck only when the opportunity was perfect." The humans realized then that this was no ordinary fighter. Ryu was their secret, their guide, and with him they could face even the strongest aliens. The next day, the arena opened for the 3rd round. The humans stepped onto a new battlefield. This arena was unlike any before. The ground shifted like liquid. Platforms rose and fell unpredictably, and walls created mazes in seconds. Alien warriors prepared to test them to the limit. "Remember," Ryu said quietly, "observe first, adapt second, strike last." The first wave of alien opponents was relentless. They had studied the humans' last performance and attacked with combined tactics. A pair of multi-armed fighters coordinated to corner the humans. Energy beams flew from all directions and the platforms tilted dangerously. At first, the humans hesitated. The aliens had learned, and the humans needed to adjust quickly. Ryu moved among them, almost like a shadow. He tapped a lever on the arena wall, causing a platform to rise at just the right moment. One alien tripped, crashing into a falling barrier. Another launched an attack that missed entirely because Ryu had directed the humans to move in a perfect sequence. Captain Harris watched in amazement. "He's teaching us without words. Every movement he makes shows us exactly what to do." The aliens grew frustrated. They had expected humans to survive by luck, but now, humans were responding intelligently. They dodged attacks, countered traps, and even set small obstacles of their own. A huge reptilian alien lunged at one human, jaws snapping. Ryu intercepted silently, striking the alien's tail with precise force, forcing it to lose balance. The human rolled safely away. Small victories like these kept the humans alive, and the audience was beginning to notice the ninja's brilliance. Midway through the round, the arena shifted dramatically. A massive wall rose, separating the humans from several of the strongest aliens. It was a trap. The humans were cornered, and their backs were against the edge of the arena. Panic threatened to set in. Ryu stepped forward, calm as ever. "Do not fight yet, observe." He crouched low, blending with shadows. From his position, he noticed a weak point in the wall, a small gap near the base. Without hesitation, he moved silently, slipping through the narrow opening. The humans watched in awe as Ryu reappeared on the other side, already preparing a trap. Using ropes, energy nets, and carefully timed moves, Ryu guided the humans to flank the aliens. The aliens were caught off guard. Their combined attacks became disorganized as humans struck from unexpected angles. The crowd erupted in cheers. Whispers spread quickly. "The humans are learning. The humans are adapting. And the ninja, he is incredible." During a brief pause in the round, Captain Harris asked, "Ryu, how did you learn all this?" "This isn't just ninja skill. You understand strategy on a level I've never seen." Ryu's eyes were calm, almost distant. "I trained in the hidden ways of Earth, not just martial arts, but observation, patience, and tactics. I have studied humans for decades. Humans are underestimated because they are small, because they are simple in appearance. But that is why they survive. When strength fails, intelligence wins." The humans felt inspired. They had always relied on courage and determination, but now they had guidance. With Ryu, they could not only survive, they could fight back. As the round progressed, the aliens grew increasingly frustrated. Their strongest attacks failed against the humans' clever maneuvers. A massive alien from the Orion cluster tried to crush a human beneath his foot, but Ryu redirected a nearby obstacle, sending the alien stumbling instead. Another alien tried to fire a rapid energy burst, but the humans had predicted the timing, dodging at just the right moment. Finally, the last moments of the round arrived. Only the strongest humans remained, battered but resilient. Ryu moved silently, striking only when necessary, creating openings and distractions. The last alien opponent, a towering golden warrior, approached. His eyes blazed with fury. "I will crush these humans once and for all," he roared. Ryu stepped forward, calm and unwavering. He did not attack immediately. Instead, he studied the warrior's movements, anticipating the strike. When the alien swung his massive fist, Ryu dodged with impossible speed, landing a precise strike to the alien's armor joint, causing it to malfunction. The humans seized the opportunity. They struck together using the openings Ryu created. The alien fell to one knee, unable to continue. The audience gasped. Earth had survived the third round, not by strength, but by skill, intelligence, and teamwork guided by a single human ninja. As the humans left the arena, they felt stronger than ever. They had learned that survival was about more than courage. It was about thinking, adapting, and working together. And they had a guide in Ryu, the ninja who had turned weakness into strength. The aliens, meanwhile, were stunned. They had underestimated humans, believing them to be weak, simple, and fragile. But now one question echoed throughout the galaxy. What is it about these humans that allows them to survive against the strongest warriors? Ryu watched quietly, his eyes calm and unreadable. He had revealed a secret tonight. Humans were not just capable of survival, they were capable of greatness. And the rounds ahead would test that greatness in ways even he could not fully predict. The legend of Earth's champion, the silent ninja, continued to grow. And the galaxy would never see humans the same way again. The humans had survived 3 rounds of the Galactic tournament. Their bodies were bruised, their clothes torn, and their energy reserves low. Yet with each victory, their confidence grew. They had learned to rely not on raw strength, but on cunning, teamwork, and the quiet guidance of Ryu, the ninja. "Next round," Captain Harris said, "is the final preliminary test. Only the best fighters will remain. If we survive this, we face the champions." The arena for the ultimate test was a marvel of alien engineering. Towering walls shifted constantly, energy fields surged unpredictably, and platforms moved faster than the eye could follow. A storm of glowing energy lasers crisscrossed the battlefield, forcing competitors to think, move, and react instantly. The aliens were ready. They had brought their strongest, fastest, and most cunning fighters. They had studied the humans' previous rounds, preparing specifically to counter their clever tactics. Yet the humans were not intimidated. Ryu stepped forward, silent as always, his black attire blending into the shadows of the arena. "Observe," he said quietly. "Every weakness they reveal is a trap we can turn. Patience and timing will win. The horn sounded and the final test began. Immediately, the aliens launched a coordinated attack. Multi-limbed creatures struck from above, below, and both sides. Energy beams flew in arcs and mechanical drones hovered, ready to strike. The humans dodged, rolled, and moved as one unit. Each member had learned from previous rounds, following Ryu's lead and anticipating the alien attacks. At first, the humans were pushed back. A towering reptilian alien slammed into a platform, sending a human soldier tumbling. Another alien fired a rapid volley of energy bolts, forcing humans to scatter. But Ryu remained calm, moving like a shadow. He darted across the arena, striking only when necessary, redirecting alien attacks and creating openings for his teammates. He used the arena itself as a weapon, pulling levers, triggering platforms, and exploiting obstacles to outmaneuver enemies. Captain Harris and his team followed Ryu's guidance instinctively. A human soldier ducked behind a wall just as a laser sweep passed. Another rolled under a falling platform, landing a small but precise strike on an alien's weak spot. The aliens were frustrated. Their most powerful attacks were countered again and again by the humans' intelligence and adaptability. No alien had expected the humans to survive this long, let alone fight back strategically. Midway through the battle, a massive alien from the Andromeda cluster charged at Ryu directly. Towering over him, the alien swung a glowing staff with enough force to crush any human. Ryu did not flinch. He sidestepped, using the momentum of the alien's attack to propel himself into the air. With a swift, precise strike, he disabled the alien's staff, causing it to fall harmlessly to the arena floor. The alien stumbled, and the humans seized the opportunity to counterattack. Small victories accumulated into momentum. Humans began to coordinate like never before. They used energy nets to entangle multiple aliens, redirected drones into barriers, and even set small traps that caused confusion among their opponents. Each move was calculated, guided by Ryu's silent presence. The aliens grew desperate. They began to attack recklessly, using sheer force to overwhelm the humans. But every reckless attack became an opportunity. Ryu led his team through a maze of energy barriers, turning each obstacle into an advantage. The humans struck from unexpected angles, forcing even the strongest aliens to retreat temporarily. Then came the final wave. The arena's center opened, revealing the most feared fighters from every corner of the galaxy. Towering golden warriors, multi-armed monsters, and genetically enhanced soldiers stepped forward. Their weapons gleamed, their movements precise and deadly. "Stay focused," Ryu whispered. "This is what we have trained for. Remember, speed, intelligence, patience. Strike only when the moment is perfect." The humans nodded. They were tired, but determination burned in their eyes. They had faced impossible odds before. They could do it again. The battle began in earnest. The alien champion, a towering figure with glowing armor, moved toward the humans with immense speed. Each strike sent shockwaves through the arena, but the humans dodged and adapted. Ryu moved between them, creating openings and exploiting weaknesses in the aliens' movements. A human soldier launched a small device, creating a temporary energy field that slowed the champion's movement. Another struck at exposed joints, distracting him. All the while, Ryu remained in motion, a silent guide showing exactly when and where to act. The champion roared in frustration. "Insignificant humans! You will fall before me!" But Ryu was already planning the next move. He drew the champion into a series of traps carefully set by the humans, forcing him into a vulnerable position. Timing was critical. The humans struck in unison, exploiting every opening. For the first time, the champion faltered. The humans did not hesitate. They pressed forward, striking with precision. Ryu landed the final blow, not lethal, but enough to unbalance the giant alien, sending him crashing into a series of barriers. The crowd went silent for a moment, then erupted in astonishment. Humans had not only survived the ultimate test, they had dominated it. They had faced the most powerful fighters in the galaxy, and survived by intelligence, teamwork, and adaptability. The alien fighters were stunned. They had underestimated the humans. What they saw was not just survival, but strategy in motion. Small, weak, and underestimated, humans had turned every weakness into a strength. Captain Harris looked at his team, exhausted but smiling. "We did it." They thought we were weak. "We proved them wrong." Ryu stepped forward, his calm eyes scanning the arena. "The galaxy has seen what humans can do. But the true challenge is yet to come. The champions await. They are stronger, faster, and more cunning than any we have faced. We must be ready, the humans understood. This victory was monumental, but it was only preparation. The final battle would test every skill they had learned, every strategy they had developed. But for now, they had won respect. They had shown the galaxy that Earth's skills were not to be mocked. The arena itself seemed to hum with energy as the humans left. For the first time, the aliens looked at them with caution rather than ridicule. The galaxy had witnessed a small, underestimated species survive what no one thought possible. And at the center of it all, moving like a shadow, Ryu's eyes glimmered. He had guided them through the ultimate test, showing that humans were capable of more than anyone believed. The final showdown was approaching, and the galaxy would soon witness the full power of Earth's champion, the ninja who had changed everything. The final battle of the Galactic tournament had arrived. The arena now stretched wider than ever, a vast expanse of shifting platforms, energy walls, and floating obstacles. Every corner held danger. Every step demanded focus. Thousands of spectators from countless star systems hovered above, their eyes fixed on the most anticipated event in the galaxy. The humans stood together, battered but determined. Captain Harris surveyed his team, pride shining in his eyes. "This is it," he said. "The champions await. Remember everything you've learned. Work as one. And trust in Ryu." Ryu, the silent ninja, stood at the forefront. His black attire seemed to merge with the shadows around him. He did not speak. He did not need to. His calm presence alone inspired courage. The humans knew that as long as Ryu led them, no obstacle was insurmountable. Across the arena, the champions of every corner of the galaxy prepared to strike. Towering warriors with glowing weapons, advanced armor, and genetically enhanced abilities glared at the humans. They had defeated every other competitor with ease. But now they faced Earth, and they still underestimated the small, fragile humans. The horn sounded, and the final showdown began. Immediately, the aliens attacked with overwhelming speed. Energy blades slashed through the air. Multi-limbed warriors struck in perfect coordination, and drones fired relentless streams of lasers. It seemed impossible for the humans to survive, but they did not panic. They moved as a single unit, anticipating attacks, dodging, rolling, and using the shifting terrain to their advantage. Ryu moved like a shadow among them, striking only when necessary, creating openings and guiding each teammate silently. A massive golden champion charged directly at the humans. His steps shook the arena, and his energy weapon glowed like the sun. One of the humans, hesitant, froze for a moment, but Ryu was there. In a blur of motion, he tapped the champion's weapon at the precise moment, causing it to malfunction and leaving the giant momentarily vulnerable. The humans seized the opportunity. Captain Harris led a small team, striking at weak points and distracting the giant. Another human set a trap using a falling platform, sending the golden warrior stumbling. Every move was coordinated, precise, and intelligent. The alien champions were shocked. They had faced skilled opponents before, but nothing like this. Humans were not relying on brute strength. They were using their minds, their speed, and their adaptability. Every time the aliens struck, the humans responded with counter-moves, traps, or clever distractions. Ryu moved with flawless precision, directing the humans through the chaos. A multi-limbed alien tried to strike him directly. Ryu dodged, using the alien's momentum to push it into a barrier. A swarm of drones descended, aiming at the humans, but Ryu redirected them into a wall, causing them to crash harmlessly. Time seemed to slow in the arena. Every movement counted. Every decision could mean life or defeat. The humans were exhausted, their bodies bruised and bleeding, but their spirits burned brighter than ever. Then the golden champion roared and lunged at Ryu directly. Towering and furious, he swung his massive weapon with enough force to crush any opponent. Ryu did not move hastily. He observed. He anticipated. With a sudden leap, he sidestepped the strike, letting the champion's momentum carry him forward. Then in one precise move, Ryu struck at the joints of the golden warrior's armor. Sparks flew. The giant staggered. Captain Harris signaled the team. "Now hit him together." Humans moved in perfect coordination, striking weak points, distracting the giant, and avoiding every counterattack. The golden champion fell to one knee, panting, struggling to regain balance. The audience gasped, cheering in disbelief. No one had ever seen a human orchestrate such a victory against a galactic champion. But the battle was not over. The remaining champions, furious at the unexpected defeat, turned their attention to the humans. They attacked simultaneously, forcing the humans to move faster, think quicker, and act smarter. Every step was a test. Every attack a challenge. Ryu remained calm, guiding his team silently. He moved like a shadow, a blur, striking only when the timing was perfect. He tapped levers, redirected lasers, and manipulated obstacles, turning the arena itself into a weapon. The humans followed his guidance perfectly, coordinating attacks, setting traps, and countering with intelligence rather than brute force. The alien champions grew frustrated. They could not understand how such small, fragile creatures could move with such precision. Their strongest attacks failed repeatedly, and their confidence began to falter. In the heart of the arena, Ryu faced the most powerful remaining champion, a massive, armored alien whose strength was unmatched. The two circled each other, the tension palpable. The crowd held its breath. The champion struck first, swinging a weapon with incredible speed. Ryu dodged effortlessly, his movements fluid and precise. The alien tried to anticipate his next strike, but Ryu was already several steps ahead, exploiting every weakness. With a swift motion, Ryu used the champion's own momentum against him, redirecting a strike into the ground. Sparks flew. The champion stumbled, losing his balance. Ryu pressed the advantage, landing precise, non-lethal strikes that disabled the alien's mobility without causing permanent harm. The humans, inspired by Ryu, joined the fight. They struck at openings he created, moved in coordination, and avoided every dangerous attack. Together, humans and their ninja champion overwhelmed the strongest alien in the galaxy, forcing him to surrender. The arena erupted. Spectators cheered, some shocked, others astonished. The humans had done the impossible. They had survived the Grand Galactic Tournament, defeated the champions, and earned respect from every corner of the galaxy. The alien competitors, once mocking and arrogant, now bowed in acknowledgement. They had learned a valuable lesson. Strength alone did not guarantee victory. Intelligence, adaptability, and teamwork could overcome even the most powerful foes. Captain Harris turned to his team, his eyes shining. "We did it. They underestimated us, but we proved them wrong. Earth stands tall." Ryu, as always, remained calm and silent. But a faint smile touched his lips. He had guided humans to victory, showing that courage, skill, and intelligence could triumph over even the most formidable opponents. The humans left the arena, battered but victorious. They had faced the galaxy's elite, survived the impossible, and emerged as legends. The story of Earth's ninja, the quiet strategist who had changed everything, would be told for generations. In the shadows of the arena, Ryu disappeared as silently as he had arrived. But his presence remained in the hearts of the humans. They had learned that true strength was not just physical, but mental. That strategy, courage, and determination could defy expectations. And as the galaxy looked on, one undeniable truth was clear. Humans were no longer to be mocked. Humans were a force to be reckoned with. The tournament had ended, but a new legend had begun, the legend of Earth's champions, led by the silent ninja who taught the galaxy that size, strength, or power was never the only path to victory. Earth had stood tall,